Good morning, Dr. Van Heerden. Good morning, Dr. Van Heerden.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties.
Good morning, Dr. Van
I'm
Heerden.
glad I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can welcome.
Yes, we can
Chairperson,
hear you.
the
I'm
panel
sorry
is
about that. I
complete.
had some
I am just
technical-
waiting for a
technical
cue from
difficulties.
IT
I'm
that we are
back
now
now. Can you hear
live
me?
and then we can start.
Yes, we
Welcome.
can hear you.
Chairperson, the panel
sorry
is
about that. I had
complete.
some
I am just
technical
waiting for a
difficulties.
cue from
Good
IT that we are now live and then we can start. Welcome.
Yes, we can
Chairperson,
hear you.
the panel
sorry
is
about that. I had
complete.
some
I am just
technical-
waiting for a cue from IT that we are now
Can you hear
live
me?
and then we can start. Welcome.
Yes, we can
Chairperson,
hear you.
the panel
sorry
is
about that. I had
complete.
some
I am just
technical
waiting for a cue
difficulties.
from IT. Chairperson,
Yeah.
we are now live on YouTube. and Facebook. I'm going to admit Professor if the panel is ready. Chairperson, should I admit Professor?
Okay, that's fine, thanks.
All right. Chairperson, good morning. Our first candidate is Prof. Nosisi Feza. Professor, welcome to the interview for DVC Research and Postgraduate Studies at the University of Venda. Our panel is comprised of representatives from Council, Senate, Executive Management, the Employment Equity Forum, and external experts. I will now hand over to Mr. Junius Lecheta, who is the Chairperson of Council, to take over this process. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Ms. Ndo. Welcome, Professor Feza. Thank you for making the time to come and address us as part of the university community. This process is part of the motivation of the appointment of a successful candidate for the post of research, postgraduate, but for the position of Vice Chancellor, Research and Postgraduate Studies for the University of Venda. I believe we also have community members that have joined us. Welcome to the members. Your presentation will be for 20 minutes. Sorry. And after that, the members will be given 10 minutes to pose questions to yourself. I thank you, and now hand over to yourself to start with your presentation, and followed by 10 minutes question time. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to you, Chair, and the members of the Council, and the colleagues that have come to listen to my presentation today. Firstly, I would like to thank the panel for the opportunity you have given me to come and present myself and present the vision that I think will lead to the achievement of the strategic goals of the University of Venda. Colleagues, my presentation therefore will be displayed by the colleague because he took it saying that he is the one who will be displaying it. I am hoping that he will be able to do that. But if he can't, then I might try on my side to display it. While I'm waiting for him, I'd like to indicate that I am expected today to present about the strategies and initiatives that I will implement to ensure that the university achieves its strategic goals. And this will be done under the portfolio of research and postgraduate studies. I am hoping, colleagues, that you are able to see my presentation now, because I see that the colleague on your side didn't present it. I
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
Or thank you, colleagues. Then what I've done is to design a vision, and this is the vision I've designed: an engaged, innovative, excellent scholarship capitalizing on biodiversity, our regional capital for entrepreneurial development. In unpacking this vision, it is important to note that engaged scholarship has two core values that characterize it, which are social justice and citizenship. According to Bulo and his colleagues, there are 5 principles that guide and influence implementation of engaged scholarship. Those 5 principles are high quality scholarship. By high quality scholarship, this means that there should be rigor in the scholarship, in the research that is conducted. And this rigor should be social accountable. This means the research that traditionally has been conducted, where ownership of the ideas that have been collected from the communities lacked social accountability. But in this instance, under engaged scholarship, social accountability becomes highly important. The second principle is reciprocity. By reciprocity, it means sharing knowledge and resources to produce sustainable and mutually beneficial outcomes for both society and university. The third one is identified community needs. The importance of this one is that it is now indicating that research should be problem-driven rather than theory-driven. The fourth one, boundary crossing. The nature of problems, therefore, that we experience these days cannot be sorted by one niche area. Therefore, there should be transdisciplinary approaches that are used to attend these problems. The last one, which is number 5, is democratization of knowledge. By democratization of knowledge, I mean decentralizing knowledge, rethinking also about how knowledge is produced. Going further, the vision talks about research and innovation. It is important for me to present the quote from Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, when he says innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. When I was engaging with the strategic vision of the University of Venda, it became clear that the vision aspires to lead. Therefore, innovation becomes the focus to achieve this aspiration. Lim measured the relationship between basic research with innovation in the industry. The findings of this measurement indicate that the intensive attention on applied research closely ties that of innovation output. This is further supported by Nicolaides in asserting that research and innovation are the drivers of economic development, specifically in developing countries like South Africa. Therefore, applied research is what will make this vision realized. Entrepreneurship is part of this vision. It is clear, according to Tatila, that the traditional realistic pedagogical approach, which is focused on education about entrepreneurship, does not produce entrepreneurs. If we did, we would have quite a lot of them in our society from our graduates. And therefore, if we plan to produce entrepreneurs, we do need to implement pragmatic approaches. We do need to provide students with more learning opportunity for and in enterprise in order to increase the effect of entrepreneurial education. Entrepreneurial education should be student-centric and allow students to study within real-life cases. Higher education institutions, therefore, should consider their philosophy of pedagogy in this instance, which I have already proposed that it should be more pragmatic. I also, in the vision presented by biodiversity, I am presenting it as a capital resource that the University of Venda can work with and work within and with the colleagues around it. The biodiversity there is indicating that we have the 11th National Botanical Garden in South Africa, which is called Thohoyandou Botanical Garden. And when you look at that, there's a lot of data, there are lots of plants, there are lots of herbs that carry potential for us to study and influence the health of the people in our region, but also influence the country in terms of the herbs that are relevant for our health, nutritious gains for food and all that coming from that botanical garden. There is an agriculture that seems to be booming in the region. There is an example of the Libuvu village, whereby there's a lot there that could benefit the society economically as well as in terms of our nutrition and health. There's mining in the Venda district. That mining also has, as much as it has diamond that is led by De Beer, there's also a possibility in terms of the coal, the amount of coal that has been discovered that needs us to participate there so that we can be able to have relevant scholarship. And there is environmental science that we need to capitalize on as our capital resource. So I am mentioning these resources because we need to make these connections and link as we talk about multi-interdisciplinary approach. Therefore, I propose a purposeful integrative model, which really is centered around the engaged scholarship I have presented, which is about interdisciplinarity, community engagement, internalization, commercialization, and innovation. In unpacking this model, engaged scholarship will be about the quality scholarship of the core business of the university, teaching and learning. So we need to have a high quality scholarship of teaching and learning, whereby we will be able, therefore, to reflect back into our curriculum and improve it so that we can produce the graduates that will not only be employable, but also be employees in our society. We also look at this quality of scholarship of the core business, which is the community engagement. Community engagement without quality scholarship cannot be evaluated and be seen for its relevancy. So it is important that we have quality scholarship there. Service learning, some of our programs have lots of service learning, which we need to engage with that service learning scholarly so that we can be able to improve it, nurture it for the benefit of our graduates. Therefore, as I indicated, this should be multi-interdisciplinary, and applied research has become the key for us to be able to do this. Ethical scholarship is one of the important keys as we conduct this scholarship, because it is very clear that our communities and our partners in the society as well as in the government should be involved and participate actively, and therefore ethical scholarship has to lead how we engage as the university with all the stakeholders. We need to enhance the research culture among staff members at all levels. That means that all our staff members had to have their master's degrees and their doctoral degrees, and that is part of their research, where they need to do their research to be able to be at the levels where they should be. And when they have realized that, we need to make sure that there is a research culture which is integrated in our workload models. We have to encourage and support applications for NRF rating, because we need, as we said, we need quality scholarship. This quality scholarship needs to be indicated by the levels of the academic staff members we have who are able to get the NRF ratings and be recognized internationally. We also need to apply for chairs in the University of Venda that are looking uniquely at our niche areas and our context. We need to enhance innovation through flexible innovation hub, which I will present a little bit later on in this presentation. We need to develop a commercialization strategy that has the following components. The third stream income project is very important, and we need to define it and how to go about it. We need to have short learning programs that are in demand and are relevant and are making contribution to the community. We need to look at commissioned research for the benefit of our third stream income projects. We need to have research projects that are funded by other foundations outside the NRF funding. We need also internationalization that is focused on research. We need to increase active international collaborations through funded research. We need to explore funding opportunities to increase postdoctoral fellows and visiting researchers from other countries, so that we can be able to nurture and take to higher standards our research and its quality. We also need within that to make sure that our research is published on high quality journals, which include Nature, and therefore we need to subscribe to Nature and make sure that we are able to monitor that. I have presented all our aspirations, but how do you achieve all these aspirations? We need, as the university, a supportive workload model that is aligned to the strategic objectives that will enable us and support the following. Our annual performance targets for individual academics that are aligned at their academic level will be formulated from the strategic objective number 7, which is focusing on research for this portfolio. Performance monitoring have to be reviewed in the middle of the year for each academic to attend to challenges experienced by the academic in order for the academic to be able to reach the targeted performance. Community engagement participation of staff members should be driven by the community socio-economic needs. Exploration of possibilities in the bioeconomy led by the objectives of the University of Venda's Integrated Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Biodiversity Plan has to be attended to in this portfolio. I spoke about an innovation hub. I am only focusing on the innovation hub because I see that when I mentioned and I engaged with the Univen entrepreneurship strategic plan, entrepreneurship hub could come out easily out of that. And therefore the innovation hub need to be there to be able to support that entrepreneurship hub. Major proposes a hub-based university innovation model, because this university model has to be a hub that incorporates other stakeholders under its leadership into the activities it carries out. This model that is being proposed, and I am proposing for the University of Venda, is a macro-regional hub. The reason I am proposing it is because of its purpose, which is to clamp knowledge concerning a social problem found in the region. For example, COVID-19 vaccine, or hunger, or limited access to water, and other challenges experienced, which a solution may be sought through diverse interdisciplinary projects. This, therefore, requires the involvement of students, professors, academic staff, and university administrative staff, but which also allows for simultaneous participation by external agents that are interested in problem solving. The advantage of this innovation hub model is that it affords university to package knowledge and make it available for use by internal and external stakeholders, providing a purpose and interdisciplinary quality to the university. This innovation hub, therefore, will have ideas and new products that will develop from those ideas that then will be taken further to the entrepreneurship hub and then become marketable, and where then our students will be able to experience real life of their innovative ideas being marketed and shared to the world. And therefore, in that entrepreneurship hub, there will be invitations of external stakeholders who will then align themselves with the products and ideas that are produced from the innovation hub. Colleagues, thank you for this opportunity again. I thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you, Professor Venda. You really made the time. Thank you. We'll now take questions for 10 minutes from the members of the university community. Director Ishara, can you coordinate that so that we have a structured process?
Chairperson, we have received 2 questions so far. The first one, I'll read it if that's okay, Chairperson.
Yes, please.
The White Paper, 1947, and the National Plan on Higher Education place strong prominence on the need to develop research capacity and increase research productivity to ensure both open-ended intellectual inquiry and the application of research activities to social development. How do you plan to improve the quality of research that is fit for purpose in line with the new institutional mission of the University of Venda? That is the first question, Chairperson.
Should we deal with that and go to the next one?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, my colleague. As I have indicated in the model, that in order for us to attend to those national priorities in increasing high quality research, it is important, therefore, we work at each staff member's level of development, because it is very important to identify where staff members at the university are. And then once we identify where they are, I do know for a fact that we have a number of them who are NRF rated, but also there are those then who are in the lower ranks. And if therefore you attend to that and make sure you support them, you provide support that will allow them to move from the lower ranks so that they are at least at the doctoral level where they are able to participate. Now, when we talk about this participation now, this participation has to be mentored. Because as a novice researcher, you need mentorship from those that are seasoned. Again, that has to be a structured program that incentivizes productivity from the mentors and the mentees. And that is how I plan to develop and enrich the support of quality research production and also staff development.
Hello? Hello, you still there?
I'm here, Chair.
Oh, okay. You want to go to the next question?
The next question is, the Higher Education Quality Committee audit focuses on the institutional arrangements that assure the monitoring of the quality for research and postgraduate education. What kind of strategies are you going to apply in ensuring support, monitoring, and effective postgraduate supervision within the institution that are in line with the new mission of the University of Venda? Thank you, Chair.
Are you there, Professor Feza? Did you do that? Professor Feza, are you there? Hello? Sharp, can you just follow up?
Chair, it's like we have lost a professor. Can I request that, the director HR sort of read all 4 questions and we give the candidate a chance to respond instead of reading one by one so that we don't delay and we might not have this problem?
There are only 2 questions that I had.
Yeah, she said there was 4, so I'm requesting that we can place all 4 of them and then she can go through all those 4.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay.
Chairperson, it's only 2 questions.
Yes, I thought so.
Thank you.
There are only 2 questions, please. Okay, are you able to respond to the last question, Professor? Professor Feza, I can see you back on the screen.
I got discovered.
Okay, deal with the second question, which is the last question.
I didn't hear the second question.
Okay, Ms. Ndo, can you?
Thank you, Chair. The Higher Education Quality Committee audit focuses on the institutional arrangements that assure the monitoring of the quality for research and postgraduate education. What strategies are you planning to apply in ensuring support, monitoring, and effective postgraduate supervision within the institution that are in line with the new mission of the University of Venda? Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you, Chair. The University of Venda has a strategy. We need the performance monitor that to assist us occurs are documented well.
Can you touch switch over your screen and only answer? Yeah.
Excuse me, Chair.
Oh, I thought maybe we got a problem. Maybe switch over your screen and just leave your speaker on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, that will empower the connection. I am saying the annual performance monitoring and the annual performance reviews are going to be the vehicle towards making sure that the implementation of the strategic plan in increasing participation and support and also nurturing academic project on research and outputs that is aligned with a higher education quality framework will be therefore monitored through clear guidelines on what is expected for staff members and what kind of support when needed will be provided for those. And all those levels will be clearly defined and be clearly followed and be monitored at all the levels. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I think that was the two questions. We are now up for time for the next candidate. Let's thank you for the moment. I think we'll meet later on through a structured forum again. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Good. Mrs. Ndo, can you please see if we connected to Professor T. Maluleke?
I'll do that, Chairperson. Thank you.
So can I hang up now, Chairperson?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Are we waiting there, Mr. Ndo?
Yes, Chair. Takarani is contacting Bamaluleke and linking him through. Thank you.
Yes, I've contacted him. He will join us very soon. Panelists, the candidate is just having some technical challenges. We are trying to help him through a video call. Thank you.
Good.
Good morning, Prof. Maluleka. Chairperson, good morning.
Yes, I am there already. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Prof. Maluleka, can you hear us?
Yes, good morning. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear. You're welcome to the interview for the DVC Research and Postgraduate Studies at the University of Venda. Our panel is comprised of representatives